Hey there, I am Foodle, and welcome back to the storage facility. Today, I'm doing a video I did not think I was going to make. Not because I didn't want to make it, but because I just could not find these things to save my life. So for those of you unaware, Bendy originally was working with a company called Fat Mojo for all of their products, but a bit of a legal dispute occurred, so once it kind of went through its renaissance after Dark Revival's launch, they actually switched merch providers over to the amazing Jakks Pacific, who you may know to manufacture some of the biggest IP in gaming like Mario, Sonic, The Simpsons. To see Bendy go with them is kind of a crazy deal, because they don't really work with many indie properties, but they've been putting out some really cool stuff, and Series 2 of their products have been out for a while. I just wasn't really able to get my hands on most of them. Like I said, I'm in an area that collectors don't like to be in that often, so we don't get sent a lot of stuff. So I'll go ahead and bring everything out we're going to talk about today. I was actually able to get all of the brand new figures. So Sammy Lawrence, the Bendy in the Real World, Twisted Alice, and of course probably my favorite, Piper. And then I was also able to get not just all three plushies, but also the collector's box as well for them, which looks so good and so cool. And so we'll be going over all of these today. Oh, and also I managed to pick up the giant jumbo Bendy plush that I thought was a GameStop exclusive, but they actually had like 10 million at Walmart. Also, I managed to pick up some of these Five Nights at Freddy's Biddy Pop blind bags, and I went ahead and ordered some more, so I guess that'll be next video. Alright, these things are kind of a pain in the butt to open if Series 1 was anything to go off of, so I'm gonna go ahead and just crack right into these. I lost my dang scissors. Alright, we're gonna go ahead and start with probably the most boring one, that just being the real-life Bendy is what the product description called him. It's basically Bendy at the end of Dark Revival when he is in that cutscene for 3 seconds, and they made an entire figure for him. Why? Because recolor, easy money. Here's my Squid Game invitation, which I think is actually just the, Archgate animation door. So yeah, this is like the little backdrop. Like all these figures have like a little stand right here, and you can just slide this piece of cardboard into the stand, and they have a little backdrop. All of Series 1 had that as well, and all of them are really cool except for Audrey, because her stand has something weird going on with it, and I still don't know how to do it right. This is why I need to start booby-trapping my stuff. That way my scissors don't disappear mid-recording. See, this is what I'm talking about. There's so much freaking tape here. I don't even know where to start with this. Oh my gosh, dude. Hang on. Wait, I don't think I need to open that. Bro, what is going on? Alright. New plan. Use the scissors to cut the things off the figures and try to not scratch them. It's a flawless plan that's sure to have zero repercussions whatsoever. And this is the part where I'll cut to the repercussions. So I got him out, but tell you what, I'm just going to go ahead and open up all these guys. That way I don't have to sit here for 12 minutes and open every single one of these and then talk about the next one. So, one moment. And it fell on the floor. Bro, what this thing try to do? Escape? Why is it, like, pinned down and tied up this hard? Oh no, bro. No, not another one of these things. No! But now we have all of the boys open. These are all 4 figures from Series 2. So, now let's actually get into talking about these things. So first up here we have the real world Bendy. And like I was saying, he's actually just from that like 15-second cutscene at the end of Dark Revival. He's a pretty cool figure. I love the texturing on the head, but that was also consistent with the other Bendy figure. The colors do look great on this guy. Recolors are something I'm a little meh about, but honestly, like, this looks just, like, gorgeous, like, this coloring on him. So, honestly, I'm not too sad about that. Like, on camera, it doesn't look all that good, but, like in person, like, the colors, like, his black and white contrast so well. The red is such a pretty shade, and there actually is like a bit of blue on him as well. Like, I thought it was just gonna be like gray, but no. Articulation is very nice as well. Overall, a really neat figure. And then also here is the original Bendy figure as well from the first series. So they are just kind of like carbon copied or same exact figure. The joints do feel a lot more like looser on this one, as a lot more stiff on this one, but I don't know if that's just because this one's been out of the box for a while and this one just came out. But he also does come with, of course, his little stand that he can go on like so. Little peg in the foot for that. They don't snap into their stands, oddly enough, though. They kind of like press into it, so it's more like a support. He also comes with the Illusion of Living book, which has been very relevant throughout all of the games. That probably came from a figure. And he can kind of hold the book like so, which is really, really nice. And then the little archgate animation door will go right there. Look at that. He's ready to work minimum wage at a full-time animation position. That is amazing. Start him young, folks. Let's go ahead and get on to Piper, who is probably going to be my favorite. I just have a really soft spot for the Butcher Gang, and wow, the detail on this guy is insane for the price. I was worried, because, like, something that happened with, like, Wave 1 is that, like, a lot of the finer details, specifically on Tom, was that, like, his paint kind of, like, smudged on the more detailed areas, but, like, they cleaned up their act really fast, because this looks like it'd be a huge violator, but no. It looks just gorgeous. Yeah, not much going on in the back, but, you know, heavily detailed front, so can't complain too much. And then also, you know, his iconic wrench that he baps you in the head with every 3 milliseconds throughout the game, which, again, he holds so nicely into his hand. Really, really, like, neat. This is heavy, highly detailed. Cannot stress enough just how good this looks. And again, like 12 bucks. These things are insane for their price. Once again, he'll just snap onto, well, not a snap, but he'll like rest on his little stand, and then you just put his little angel station behind him, which is like the hiding spot that you use when you first encounter him in Dark Revival. And there he is, and he's going to have some trouble standing. Okay. So next up we have Twisted Alice here, who looks to be the most simplistic of the set. She's got the nice little bow on her back as well. The ink kind of ending up at their arms there, kind of splattering like so. The halo that's actually snapped, that's a pretty neat little detail right there. Head has some very nice articulation. Does look like it could snap off, though, if you're not careful. Very lightweight, does have a little bit of stiffness to her joints, but still, overall, a really, really neat figure. It looks like she's supposed to be able to, like, have some articulation in her hips, but that just is not moving at all. She also comes with the Tommy gun here, which is really, really neat how it keeps relevance for this character both in Ink Machine and Dark Revival. I do like it a lot if my camera would actually, you know, focus on it and decide to work with me here. There we go. And she holds it so nicely. Like, that is awesome. Also, this amazing little poster. Like, this could almost just be a thing on its own. It's just like this, like, the Alice Angel sent from above poster. A really, really neat little figure. Then for the last one, that's probably going to be the bane of my existence, is Sammy Lawrence. He's got a nice little mask like so there. He does actually have like some face sculpting underneath there. If, you know, I'd stop hitting my camera. I don't know how well you can see that, but he does actually have like a little face under his mask there. His joints do look a little awkward there, but, you know, it is still... Sorry. I don't know what came over me. Really cool details. Very, very nice. He does kind of have that weird detail smudge I was talking about. I guess it's just overalls in specific they struggle with on that, but yeah, again, the joints are a little stiff, but I think that is just from, you know, being freshly opened and also sitting in boxes for months, And he comes with a banjo. I'm getting flashbacks to the Pig Patch Funko action figure. I am notoriously awful for getting figures to hold instruments. Alrighty, sorry about that. Apparently my recording decided to give up, but basically what I left off at was that I was struggling with this thing, but I got it now. It's nowhere near as bad as Audrey's, because the thing that was wrong with Audrey's is that these wouldn't go through properly, but as you can see, they're just fine on this one. So, again, improvements all the way around from Series 1. Alright, so the next thing here are just these plushies, again, here in their little container that looks so good together like that. And then also, just for reference here, here's the original one. I was actually able to get the case for this guy as well, so hopefully this is just a tradition I can keep up. These are all the plushies with these cases that they've kept up with. So we'll go ahead and start with these plushies here. First up, we have Bendy himself, which I actually would have gotten months ago, because when I was on vacation last year, I actually found one of these guys, but they're like this weird yellow goop all over him, and I was like, yeah, you know what? It's not worth it. But I was able to get a new one, and he honestly like has much better proportions than that one. They have this weird scratchy material, like they're not really soft like the original set. I guess the printing works better on this material, which I guess was a complaint of the original set. So, fine, fair enough, but like I personally wish they would have kept these softer. Like, this feels like material you get from like a plush you win in like a claw machine or a fair. So they feel cheap, but they look really nice, and I guess that's what matters. The colors are very nice as well. I'm gonna be honest though, I genuinely think Fat Mojo's plushies were better. I've said that since the original set, and these really aren't changing my mind all that much. They're still really neat and definitely, you know, worth the price. Like, they are pretty big for 10 bucks, but like, still, come on, Bo. Here we have Boris, who kind of rocking the mother-bearing hips a little bit. The proportions are a little goofy on this guy, but it is supposed to be based off his cartoon, which is a little hard to articulate in plush form. But Overall, his overalls are overalls. Yeah. I am so tired, dude. And then, of course, Edgar as well, who is definitely my favorite of the set. He has all 6 of his little limbs here. Very, very nice face. Nice shapes as well. Again, I think the Fat Mojo one was better just because the material, you know, was a lot softer and there was actually, like, inbraiding on the eyes and such. But still, really, really neat. And very nice plush set. The last thing here is this Jumbo Bendy plush, who's kind of like an in-between of the Wave 1 and 2. He's got that same, like, scratchy material that the other ones are made out of. But the main issue is that his face has that stupid vinyl material that starts tearing after a few years. So this guy is a plushie that's definitely going to have a lot of wear and tear down the line. So trying to keep him in as pristine. Oh my gosh, I'm dying over here. But here he is, Bendy, who's the little devil thing. I can't make that joke anymore. That person is evil. Here is the whole plush set. Ignore that. The whole plush set and figure set of Series 2. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you all in the next one. Goodbye.